So I would say having a diverse kind of people will bring the innovation to the business, which will help business to grow. Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
So diversity plays a very important role.
Exactly, yeah.
Right. Because the different way of thinking,
Yes.
different way of how people behave and
Yeah.
perform and engage. That's great. So when talking about leaders, people tend to see is the person who make everything happen, right? Right.
yeah.
Do you believe in that?
I don't believe in that. So whenever I work with a new team member, I always tell them that leader doesn't know everything. Don't assume leader as a god or like Superman or Superwoman. Leaders are given because of their experience, because of their work, performance, but it doesn't mean leader know everything. So I always create a culture among my team that you can share your ideas and then the view, then we can discuss. So that we will have a diverse kind of view and we can exchange idea. At the end of the day, leader is responsible to make a decision, but that decision shouldn't be like one way instruction, but it should consult with the people. Whether, for example, now I'm in Cambodia, I may not know everything about Cambodia culture, Cambodia, way of walking, right? Then I have to consult with people on the ground, local people who understand the cultural aspect. Then I will get their input. Then I can make the informed decision. So I don't want people to think like, oh, leaders know everything. That is a wrong perception.
Yes. See, that's great.
Yeah.
So, in your perspective, what would be the biggest or the most proud of leader?
I would say as a leader, you are responsible to develop people, right? Business aspect, of course, everybody need to drive the performance. But I think as a leader, if you want to leave your legacy, you have to develop your team members, right? For me, what I always tell my team is that my success is seeing you guys taking up a bigger role. It doesn't matter what kind of award or what kind of business performance that I achieve or how my boss tell me how good I am. But for me, what matters most is I see my team member taking up a senior role when I leave.
Perfect.
Yes.
So, if we see or we say, which leaders are the best or the great leaders, just look at the people.
Yes.
So if the people grow, people, exceed or succeed in their career and in their roles, and that will be the biggest legacy.
Exactly.
It's wonderful.
Exactly. Yeah.
AI. Yeah. So now the age of AI, people talk a lot about AI. We have Gen AI, we have numbers of AIs currently now people talk about. So would you see AI would be a threat to the HR community?
Oh, absolutely. Every career will be impacted by AI. So World Economic Forum last year in 2023, they issued one of the research papers saying that there will be millions and millions of jobs will be eliminated because of the advancement of AI, and millions of jobs will be created because of AI also. So in HR, right, still we have a lot of administration role. So we have to ask ourselves that whatever function we are working in, including CHRO role, right, are we fully equipped ourselves with the knowledge that AI cannot replace? So we always have to keep up with what is going on in terms of the technology so that AI will not replace us.
That's great.
Yeah.
So look at the research recently by Gallup. So the potential of using the AI will be very tremendous.
Yes.
Very amazing. But look at the implementation from the HR side. It's still very limited.
Yes.
So any strategy you would recommend to start off from HR department in AI?
So I would say when we talk about AI, people always think that it is just for technology department. Actually, it is not true. Like for example, in my department currently in HR, what we do is we use this kind of ChatGPT kind of platform to prompt the system, like to write a communication letter, to come up with the ideas or how we will present, right? Some kind of thing, and also the data analytics too, right? You can leverage on AI to make good use of it to know the data point, what will help us to improve our work efficiency. I think if you can use AI, your life will be much easier. You don't need to spend like hours and hours to do the summary of one of the report, right? You can just put the report or research paper into that platform, and then they will generate the summary for you within like 10 or 15 minutes, right? It makes your life much, much easier. But for us, we need to know how to use all those platforms.
Absolutely. That's great tips.
Yeah.
So AI is part of our life now.
Yes.
It's part of our business
Either
now.
you like it or not.
Yeah, right. We gotta embark on AI.
Yes.
So if the rest of the HR community is not starting with AI yet, let's start explore it and try. Just try it out. You know how it works. Yeah, it will help. Very often here people talk about the HR need to talk about business language.
Yes.
So that become a common mantra currently and even in the past and future and going forward. Yeah. So what type of business language HR would talk about in your perspective?
Yes. So I would say, just from my experience, I came to this state because I always learn about the business. When I look at in the industry, right, previously, many years back, or even now, Asia people didn't have the understanding of the business. So when they provide the solution to the business, it is not useful. If you don't understand the business, when you talk the language, you are not talking the same language, right? So I think, and I always encourage my team member that whatever business or whatever industry you are in, you need to understand the very basic of the business so that you know how to come up with a policy, right? Most of the time we have to write a policy. Then if we have so many salespeople and we are writing a policy just for the office people, it will not work. So personally, I think we need to have a flexibility in terms of the policy to understand the business and come up with a policy. It is useful for different segment of the employee in the organization. So how and then sometimes people ask me, how can I learn about the business? Of course, you can ask the business people to share what are they working on in terms of their own function. You can go and join their business meeting, and you can learn different management meeting where businesses different function present about their functional aspect, right? So, and also in our insurance industry, we also learn LOMA kind of certification where you can understand more about the business. So understanding the business for me is fundamental for HR to succeed in whatever role you are in.
Amazing, because when we lead people and lead people with the business, so if we don't understand the business language, then we cannot add the value to the business as well, right? So you say people add the value to the business, but how can we add the value to the business while we don't understand the language of the business? That's great. Well-being, well-being is coming now, and well-being get more and more attention globally. People talk about well-being, about mindfulness and so forth. In your perspective, how would you see that come to the business?
I would say after COVID, people talk more about well-being these days, and even as an organization, we focus a lot on well-being. So in my organization, well-being is not about just like physical well-being. We have physical well-being, emotional well-being, financial well-being, social well-being. So we have 4 pillars that we look at, and under each pillar we come up with different initiatives. So I think these days, because of the economic challenges every country is facing and the landscape of AI, right, there are so many changes happening. So more and more demand are expected of the leaders and also the employees, right? So I think well-being is very, very important, and people started realizing after COVID that yes, we have to put well-being in front to make our life better, right? So previously nobody talk about well-being. It's all about you work hard, walk. But now you walk and you also need to rest.
Right. So if you would recommend to the HR community 2 or 3 initiatives on well-being, what are they?
Oh, okay. So being in HR, we always have to take care of others. We always forget about us, right? So I would say I also learned a very hard way that well-being is important because I want to use this example, right? When your glass is not full, you cannot pour it to other person. So first you have to fill your glass first. So what you need to do is every day we deal with people matter. It gives us so much stress, right? So I think as an organization, we also have to look at like physical well-being, emotional well-being of our employee. You can come up with like mental well-being awareness section. You can come up with badminton club or football club or running club. So you can arrange this kind of activity for the employee. Personal level, I love to do yoga. I love to do meditation.
Lovely.
And I love to spend time in the nature. So whatever suits to you on daily basis, we need to take time for ourselves to take care of our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual well-being. Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
So today, hundreds, maybe thousands of business and HR leaders, listen to us.
Yeah.
So what do you believe in as a senior leader?
As a senior leaders, people look up to you. So if you come and show up at work feeling drained, feeling tired, and feeling not well all the time, then you as a leader, how your team member will look up like, oh my God, my leader is very weak, right? So as a leader, I think your physical, mental, well-being is very, very important. Of course, every day we have so much demand that expected on us, but I think at least we should take time, at least minimum 10 minutes, like to ground ourselves, to make ourselves feeling calm so that we can face the day. Yes. So for me personally, I wake up early in the morning and I do meditation and yoga at least 10 minutes a day so that I'm ready for the day.
Lovely.
Yes.
Yeah, lovely. I have a few more questions.
Yes.
Now it's come to your personal life.
Yes.
What do you do after business hours?
Oh, so normally I have to travel a lot. If I'm not traveling and I'm in Cambodia, I love to read. I read all sorts of books and I enjoy reading. And another thing I love doing is listening to the interview like this to learn
Fabulous.
from other people. So whenever I got time, even in the morning when I'm showering or I'm getting changed, I always switch on the podcast to learn one subject from someone.
Lovely.
Yes.
That daily learning, right?
Yes, daily
People
learning.
talk about lifelong, lifelong learning.
Yes. You don't need to be in the class. You can just talk to the people. You can listen to the YouTube. You can listen to podcasts.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So now, HR leaders in front of us, and business leaders as well. What is your mantra to them?
Something that I always close to my heart is that when there is a will, there is a way. Right? Every day we will face with life challenges, business challenges, our professional, personal challenges. There is a solution. As long as you have a strong will, you will find a way.
That's great. I love it.
Yes.
There's a will, there's a way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a will, there's a way.
Yes.
Keep it on. You will really succeed.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Lara. Thank you.
Paul.
Thank you.
Yes.